you gay?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Do you want any feedback?
Isn't that fucking wild?
Well, I'm gay, and after a while, I just couldn't tell anymore.
We have somebody here who started a podcast recently that is 100% meant for you, Sam, and it's 100% meant for you, Israel. It's called Open Mic Pain, and it is absolutely fantastic. This next comedian coming up has started just a little while ago. It seems like he's been in the game a lot longer, but from his first open mic to this very moment, he's documented it. I cannot stress how much everybody here should tune into Open Mic Pain. It's on all the different platforms. I watch it Spotify, and it's a very funny comic. Everybody give it up for Wayne.
Next comic, give it loud for Anthony Eugenio. We're gonna have a next comic. Very funny. Wayne Russell, everybody.
Welcome to the Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne podcast.
Why, hello everybody, and welcome to an Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne. And I'm here with my co-host, Wayne Russell. How you doing, buddy?
Doing really well. I got my new light set up, so I feel like I can really show off my beauty.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Wayne was recording all of his previous podcasts from a prison cell, and now he's finally been let out. So that's what he looks like.
So how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. This is a somber podcast for me a little bit, because this one is all about you going to an open mic in Lawrence, Massachusetts by yourself, so lonesome and afraid, whilst I have to go into the depth darkness of having a baby. God damn it.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's going to be awesome. Again. So, tell us about this mic in Lawrence.
So this is a mic that was brought up to me by a previous host from another mic we did, Mr. Jacques Lambert. This is, I believe it's One Boston Collaborative. I'll verify that. And when I do my little post-mic video, I'll probably correct myself. But what this is a little bit different. This isn't your typical open mic at a bar or a coffee shop. This is a mic where there is no bar. There's nothing to buy there. People go there just to do comedy. From what I understand, it's 7-minute sets, and it's supposed to be almost like a comedy workshop. So you'll go up, you'll do your set, and when you come off, the idea is other comedians will, I don't want to say critique you, but maybe give you pointers like, hey, you were a little fast at this part, slow down. That was really good. Elaborate on that. Really workshop your bits with you.
Well, that sounds pretty fucking cool. Do you have material lined up for it, or are you thinking about what you're going to do?
I have been bouncing back and forth. I really wanted, with it being 7 minutes, I really wanted to do Richard the Gay Ghost. I wanted to probably do a 4-minute version of that where I cut out the beginning part, which I feel is very weak. And then add in that second half, that last minute bit to it that I haven't been able to do because we keep getting cut down to 4 minutes.
I know, that does keep happening to us.
Yeah. So I thought about doing that along with some of the shorter jokes that I did at the Safe last week. I liked a lot of those. And I have to say, thank you very much for telling me about my parallel thinking with Louis with the beheading joke. I'm going to say it here because I'm never going to do it again because I can't in good conscience, but I wrote this joke about being able to freely travel the Middle East without having the fear of becoming the subject of a beheading video. And I was really proud of it. It got a lot of laughs, and then you ruined my morning the next day by sending me the clip of Louis doing almost the same exact thing.
Yeah, I think we plan on doing a whole episode on parallel thinking where we're going to go deep dive into, because it happened to me too, so we'll deep dive into our thievery by accident, and we'll dissect older ones, maybe talk about Carlos Mencia, Dane Cook, Amy Schumer, all those motherfuckers, Robin Williams, all the best joke thieves.
Yeah. So I'll probably do some of those minus that one. I guess that was my last hurrah with that. Rest in peace. The other thing I wanted to do, though, I keep kicking back to wanting to do TikTok again because I miss it. And what I'm trying to do now, I'm really trying to start to think about the next step with open mics, where we're starting to talk to some comedians who are doing booked shows and paid shows, and not saying that we're quite ready for that yet, but I think it's time to start preparing because we're getting noticed. We are getting we're getting a lot more props as every week goes on from a lot of comedians that I find extremely funny and respect. So I thought maybe if I do TikTok, I can get some feedback from some more seasoned vets, on how I can make that better.
Can you do ghost and TikTok in 7 minutes, or would that be cutting it?
I could probably do a 4-minute version of Ghost and a 3-minute version of TikTok. If I cut out the beginning of TikTok, just go right into the video, and then I have my questions, and I have that first part, which I won't really spoil, but that I would do it every day, and cut out that whole clone part. I could probably fit it all in, but it would be cutting it really close. And if a particular booker was there watching me, he'd be timing me.
I bet he would. Fucking. Is he supposed to be there?
No. That was just. I had a little fire in me this afternoon, based on a conversation. So it's kindled. It's right there.
Oh, well, there's Voldemorts everywhere, as they say.
Sure are. The last thing that I was really considering, and these are the three options I'm really kicking around, is last night I wrote my version of Bukkake.
Ooh.
And
I call it Exhibit B.
I liked it. Yeah, you call it Exhibit B. I don't know what I would call mine. But it was amazing as I was writing it, and when I finally reread it, how different it was from yours, and it's all from the same exact... So I think splitting that up was a good idea.
Yeah, cool exercise.
I don't know. I might do that, but I almost kind of want you to be in the crowd when I do it the first time.
Yeah, I'd fucking hope so.
So maybe I won't do that.
I want to see a real man with
my
that
guess
premise.
I'm probably going to do... I'll do one of those two things probably. I'll probably do TikTok and a couple shorter jokes, or Ghost and a couple shorter jokes. That's a couple days from now, so I have a little bit of time to figure it out, but you'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I'm sad to miss doing a mic next week, but I tried to think, just for the exercise of this podcast, what I will do on my next set, and I have no fucking idea. I don't even know. I did the Book of Vile on my last one, and that was really cool to do that. So I don't know if I should do that again as a concept and switch out a couple of the jokes or anything like that, or just, that was a one and done cool concept and move on to just doing the jokes as they land. So that's what I got to figure out.
Yep. While I am perfectly fine going to these things on my own, although I've only done it once, but I think I will probably most definitely be meeting up with Jacques. He told me he'll be there, so that'll be cool.
Oh, nice.
Justin George, who is going to be our first guest comic. I think this will come out before his episode, but I'll probably be with him. You've seen him in previous episodes as well at the Safe and Coffee and Cotton. He was talking about coming there as well, so I'll be in good company. Although I still will miss you.
Oh, I'm really excited to see it. See it from my sleep-deprived couch that I'll be on.
That's when all your best bits are going to come. Like when you're hallucinating. Like if you don't have a kid and you've never woken up in the middle of the night and you were just disastrously tired, that's when some of the silliest shit comes out.
It's true.
In your brain. I can't tell you how many times I just giggled feeding my son in the middle of the night for no reason. I don't remember any of it, but make sure you keep your notepad handy.
Yeah, I'm going to come back with some fucking jokes, that's for sure. Or never come back again. One of the two things are going to happen. We'll see.
So we'll be taking applications for a host?
Yep. Yeah, there will be a discarded house near a couple dead bodies that you can use as a podcast studio if you'd like.
God, I hope not. That's a far drive.
I know. Get yourself closer to me, Jesus.
Oh, shit. But I don't really have much more to say about it. I am really excited about it. I'm a little nervous as well because the most critique we really get is props or people not laughing. Nobody really ever comes up and goes, "Hey, that really wasn't good," you know?
Yeah, I don't know if they would do that.
I'm not saying that somebody's going to. I'm not saying they're gonna do that, but you know, if you get up there to no laughs and somebody comes up and tries to help critique you, I think it might hit you the wrong way when you're fresh off of that bomb.
I will say that this is a mic that is kind of tailored to you, your style, and not tailored to my style. Not style of comedy, style of a person. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about anything. I don't know. It's a bad trait for sure, but I don't read comments. I don't care about social media, and I wouldn't. Like, of course, it's cool to get constructive criticism on your bits and stuff like that, but at the same time, I like to know the person I'm getting the constructive criticism for, because I kind of can tailor what I know their, humor is and go, all right, well, it works for them and it makes sense in this. I can trust it. Strangers, I don't know. Maybe they like, Rodney Dangerfield jokes as opposed to Louis C.K. jokes, and the fact that you're doing it more in the style closer to Louis makes them not like you, and doesn't mean your jokes are bad, just means that they don't like them. It's like, jokes are so subjective. I'm skeptical, but I'm excited to hear a report back from you on it.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I was thrown into a Facebook group for one of the groups that I'm on, and it was like a chat, and it was supposed to be like a writing room, and nobody was sending any jokes, so I just typed out my tick collar joke just for funsies, which, if you didn't hear that episode, it was kind of a throwaway joke I did, which I took my dog to the vet to get her a tick collar a couple of weeks ago. The thing doesn't work for shit. She still has Tourette's. And somebody replied back with such a great version of that joke. I'll never use it because it's theirs, although they gave me permission. But the way he said to do it was, or his version of it, was, my friend went to the doctor or to the vet to get a tick collar. She said the thing doesn't fuck, bitch, fucking cut. Like the actual ticks. And I don't think I could pull that off, but I like the idea of it.
I like the idea. Well, I like kind of merging your ideas. Like, my friend went to the vet the other day to get a tick collar. She said it doesn't work. She still has Tourette's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she went to the vet to get a tick collar. Audience thinks it's for the dog. Your revealed punchline was that it was for her.
That's actually great.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got some thunder up here in my neck of the woods. I don't know if you could hear
that.
That
was up by me first, and it went down to you.
I drove through some of this on my way home. It was the worst rain I've ever driven in. I was going about 10 miles an hour, and I was watching the white line on the right about 3 feet away from my car, just trying not to crash into a tree. It was ridiculous. Now it's looping back around. You can keep this shit.
It's coming for you.
My tent.
All right. Well,
my tent in the yard from my tent in my yard from the birthday party we were talking about. I had it up because it was nice to have up. Thing blew out of my yard into the neighbor's yard. I had to go out there and trek it back to my house.
Oh, Jesus. I bet they washed you from the windows.
Oh, they sure did. My Richard tent. Anyways.
So last thing I'll say on the Lawrence mic is that a little boy named Anthony once grew up his almost entire life in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and I was quite surprised they had a fucking mic.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I'm glad my car isn't newer. So
seriously, yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's gonna. I mean, they still might want that LiDAR that you have on there, or whatever, that fucking little cone up there. Well, Wayne, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to watch the episode and see how you did. And if you guys are ever around the Lawrence area, why don't you go and get your jokes criticized and try not to kill them or yourself? Woo!
Awesome. Well, I thank you. Thank you for the well wishes. And I'll give you well wishes as well. You have just a few more days before you're almost outnumbered, babies to parents. So good luck. I'm sure everything will go well. You might want a lower res camera when you come back because you're going to look like shit from not sleeping.
Yeah, well, I'll just wear a mask because my life will be a charade.
That's true. Anything else to say?
Fuck the world. Bye.
Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
For those of you that don't know me, which I think I've seen you before in Manchester. Yep. Yeah, I've seen you before in Manchester. My name is Wayne. My pronouns are he and him. My adjectives are fat and bald. I gotta say, it worked fantastically for the dog, not so much for my wife. I cannot efficiently shave my asshole with a Manscaped and a mirror, and you expect me to believe that these motherfuckers were plucking their balloon knots without the help of aliens? It's fucking bullshit. I'm not gonna do it. You guys do the math, but if you don't know, now you know. Two of you. Anybody see me pretty well. This is not a longevity body. I don't have 40 years left, but if I did, I say all of my R's. I don't park the car in Harvard Yard. I don't know that whore from the bar, Charlie. That's real math. You can do it. I put a lot of work into this joke. When I was a kid, I never used to like broccoli. It's 84.93. I will be here all night. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am flying solo tonight on this one, as you could tell from the previous portion of the video. This is the night after I went to One Boston Collaborative, and it was a good time. I went by myself. Jacques was there. Normally, Maxwell Schultz is the host, but something came up. He couldn't, so Jacques was the stand-in host. So the second time, Jacques has guest hosted for us, and he did a fantastic job again. Even better this time. It wasn't as crazy with the amount of people wanting to go up. So much to my joy, Jacques got to go on stage and do some of his bits, and he had me rolling on the floor as always. He also brought me a present. He watched our top 10 comedians list. He realized that all of our choices were wrong. So he decided to educate me a little bit. He went to a record store in New York, and he came back with Steve Martin, Comedy is Not Pretty, on vinyl. So I am very excited to check that out. I'm familiar with Steve Martin, obviously, but mostly his movies, his banjo playing. I've seen a little bit of clips of his comedy, but never a whole hour or whatever. So I'm really excited to check it out. So thank you very much, Jacques. I truly do appreciate it. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how it went, what it was like, because it was not like a standard mic. It's not a bar with a bunch of people sitting around trying to play darts and talking in the back while you're trying to do your shit. This is a feedback mic. There is no bar. There's a coffee pot in the back, or a Keurig of some sort. There's a fridge with water in it, and there's a bathroom, and then there's seats to sit and actually pay attention. And out of the 8 of us that were there, 8 of us were paying attention, and it was awesome. I gotta say that's the way you want to do comedy. That's the way you want to do it. And you want people listening, and it felt great. One of the cool things, there weren't that many of us there. Like I said, there was 8 of us. We had a 2-hour time slot. It was 7-minute sets, but because there weren't that many people, the 7 minutes was it was what it was. If you were working stuff out and you want to go longer, Jacques like, go for it, do it. I think one person was up there for 11 minutes, and just talking and getting it out of their system, and that's awesome. It's nice to be able to do that. And I have to say, I get told a lot that I need to slow down when I do my sets, and I agree with that. The reason I don't was kind of a selfish reason. Is I write my. I'm still new at this, but I write my jokes, I write my sets, and I have my 5 minutes, and I know if I say it at this pace, I can get that extra joke in there. So I speed things up a little bit. And when I do decide to slow things down, maybe somebody says something in the audience that either makes me laugh or I interact with them, and then in the back of my head I'm like, fuck, I got 15, 30 seconds I gotta make up, so I speed up. It was nice not having that. Like Anthony and I talked about, I was planning on doing some form of either the jokes I did at the safe or Dick Talk or Richard the Gay Ghost going in. I decided on Richard the Gay Ghost, a shortened version of it, and Dick Talk, a shortened version of it. While I was sitting in the crowd, I was number 4 up during the number 2 comic. I decided to cut out Richard the Gay Ghost. I did the full Dick Talk minus one part at the end, which I'm not super sold on. I mean, it always gets laughs, but I think the first part is stronger, so I don't think I need that. So I took that out, and then I did 3 or 4 of my shorter jokes that I did at the safe, and I gotta say, everything went really well. I was really happy with the response I got. Listening back, I can see that I wasn't as comfortable with the first few jokes, but it's only the second time I've done them, so understandable. But you can see once I get to Dick Talk, something switches, and I get so much more comfortable because I performed that joke, 8, 9 times or something like that. Yeah, it was really good not having that feeling like, shit, when's the light coming, and I'm only gonna have a minute, and am I gonna be where I'm supposed to be? Am I gonna have to do something on the fly to get off the stage without looking like a bag of shit? It was awesome. I was able to do jokes, take a breath in between. I had a few seconds, but I finished one of the jokes and I sat there. I think probably maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. It's there to work things out. It's not there to entertain. It's there to work things out. That's what this feedback mic is about. And it felt really good to be able to take that time and do that. The people there were of all experiences. There was Sam Lipman, I believe his name was. He walked in, went up on stage, and during the feedback, Jacques asked him, like, how long have you been doing this? He said, this is my first time. And I think Jacques might have said, like, no, like, how long have you been doing stand-up? And he goes, no, this is it. That was his first time, and I was really impressed. He had that confidence. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. He did a really good job. There were a couple people there. There was their 3rd or 4th time. Some people haven't done comedy in a long time and came back, and this was like the 2nd time in a month or whatever that they've gone up. I am 3 or 4 months in now. Jacques like somewhere between 8 and 10. It was a good time. It was a nice mixture. And it was really nice. I don't think I mentioned this, but the point of a feedback mic, you'll go up and do your set, and then you stay up there, unless you're me, which I forgot, and I went and sat down, and then everybody had to turn around and talk to me because I was sitting in the back. But you'll do your set, and then everybody will kind of give you feedback on what they liked, what they thought you could change, and whatever else. It was really cool. It was a fun way to work through some material. Aaron, the guy Aaron, I have his card here. Aaron Tornberg. He is the director at One Broadway Collaborative. He rents a spot off the cable company, or I don't know if it's a cable company, cable station for public access or public broadcasting. He rents that spot, and he does shows there all the time. So it's a donation. There's no bar. There's nothing like that. Everybody's just there to listen. So he runs off the donations, and he's there, and he records everything. If I had to give one bit of feedback, and it's not a criticism, it's feedback, he records the entire thing. And when you say, hey, can you send me my set, he'll send you the whole night recording. Here's everything that happened from when I turn the camera on till I turn the camera off. And that includes the feedback. I think it would be interesting, or not interesting, but it would be nice if he had a mic facing the crowd, or a mic above the crowd to pick up the crowd's laughter and interactions. I have a couple jokes where people, I'll ask the crowd a question, or somebody would say something, and in the recording, I sound fantastic. Obviously, I have the microphone. You couldn't really hear the crowd. The other half of that is the feedback portion. You couldn't really hear the feedback. Not that that's super interesting for everybody that's listening, but if you're that person and there's some feedback that you got, you might forget it in the moment and be like, man, what the hell did Jacques say? Like, he gave me a nice tag for that. What was it? And you go back and listen, and you necessarily can't hear him, Once again, not a criticism. It's a very nice thing that he records it. He sends it to you free of charge. Really nice quality video and audio. Awesome. I love it. It's great. That was just something that caught my attention. So, but all in all, I would say it's a great one to go to. It's One Boston Collaborative on Monday nights at 9 o'clock. It runs from 9 to 11. Like I said, normally run by hosted by Maxwell Schultz. This time it was Jacques Lambert. I don't know if I mentioned this in Lawrence. It's a really good one. I'll definitely be going back. I'll be bringing Anthony there. I think it's going to be a nice one if I can convince him. If we both go up and do our versions of Bukaki, it'll be nice audio and visual. I think that's the way to do it, but we'll see. I think that's about all I have to say. So, I mean, if you guys are in the Boston area, definitely check it out. At least check it out one time. It was fantastic. So, go there. It'll definitely be a worthy step towards the quest for laughs. We'll see you guys next time.